And the retirement is when?
The Lieutenant General is retiring in exactly 8 years.
Exactly.
He's retiring in 8 yeyears.
Wonderful.
Not tomorrow, but in 8 years.
In 8 years, yes.
Correct.
Wonderful.
So we are done.
Yes, sir.
I have heard, I don't have official information from UPDF, but I have learned that he has personally issued a statement on his Twitter account announcing his retirement.
What does this mean, personally?
First of all, Muhoozi's military career has been very controversial. He is the first person to walk himself into the military personally, and also so the same way he walked himself into the military is the same way he is walking himself out, because there are procedures of recruiting people into the military, procedures of promoting them, procedures of retiring them under the Constitution and under the 2005 UPDF Act. Muhoozi's joining of the army did not follow those procedures. His promotions, because one of the ranks, the rank of the major, was given to him by Colonel Gaddafi. And he becomes the first military officer to announce his retirement. Because retirement is institutional. UPDF announces that it will be retiring. In fact, at the beginning of every financial year, UPDF submits through the Ministry of Defense a policy statement to Parliament requesting for money to deal with retirement, because retirement goes with the packages, and they plan that this financial year we intend to retire so many colonels, so many generals, and money is provided in the budget, because on the day of retirement people are supposed to get their retirement benefit. So Muhoozi becomes the first officer to announce his retirement, and that will have far-reaching ramifications to the rest of the military officers, because what will stop Tunyefuza from announcing his retirement?
When you say he walked himself into the army, are you speaking from a seniority perspective or somebody with facts?
I was at the university 97, 98 when Muhoozi was reported to Parliament by Honorable Ken Ruchamu's and Agora Award. They said that Museveni's son has joined the army, and the president came out and said, no, he did not join the army, he's there to DU. So that's how Muhoozi joined UPDF. First part of the Presidential Guard Protection Unit, which was PPU, eventually to SFC, until recently when he was appointed command of land forces. But also, all these things, you see, in the military, yes, there are many things that happen, but the president owes us an explanation. Someone he promoted just the other day and gave him a very big appointment, how comes now he's retiring and announcing his retirement? What has happened? The country must know.
If he retires from the army, is it something which is a job?
Because it is not easy to subject a son of the president to the pure military discipline, because Muhoozi remained the son of the president. He has been making lots of comments on Twitter, which no other officers can do. When Tumukunde went on radio stations, he was charged with promoting harmful propaganda. It is a good thing for children of leaders to join the military. But like it happens in British, you saw Prince Harry, Prince Willy, they all joined the military, but they did not stay in to become commanders. But it encourages many people to join the military, but also individually they learn discipline of the military. Unfortunately, Muhoozi joined the military and remained there, becoming a commander, which creates pressure on those that he himself is supervising and those that are supervising him. If it was done for purposes of encouraging Ugandans to join the army and defend their country, it would be a very good gesture. But to put him in the military so he can superintend on the military creates pressures that nobody in the military can handle.
Can we be proud of his contributions in the army?
It has been very controversial. It has been very controversial. I am not one of those who are going to say Muhoozi has been a very good military officer, because he has been above the military. And if Muhoozi was sleeping in a unity in Mbuya, in a Bombo, like people do, I would be very happy. But he remained a military officer, but away from the military, because he was part of the president's family. So I don't know something specific that we must celebrate about Muhoozi's military career. In fact, I am happy he has finally left.
If at all it is true that he has finally left and he has finally worked himself out, isn't this also testing the status of institutions? Somebody just leaving anyhow without following protocol.
See, but that's how Muhoozi simply walked himself into the military. The military announces recruitment, and under the Constitution and UPDF Act, there are quotas. The quotas are per district. The population of a district, if they are going to recruit, say, 10,000, you will send the same number of people as representing the percentage of the population that you have. I don't know how, in which district sent Muhoozi. I don't know where he went to do his Cooper test. You've seen the military people running around and then say, for you don't qualify. All those things he never did. So he joined the army in that fashion, and he lives in the same fashion. So I am not one of those who are going to demand that a ceremony is held in Bombo, because he was unceremoniously recruited into the military. So he's living the same way he came in.
We have had, especially on social media, and a few people in Uganda talking about Muhoozi project. Of course, literally meaning the bid for presidency. Is this one of the...
Muhoozi can only take advantage. President Museveni wants to die in office. I don't see him handing over to anyone. President Museveni, you remember what Gaddafi told him? See, the revolutionaries don't retire. Mugabe was removed. Bashir was removed. Military people don't give up power easily. It's only J. Rawlings in Ghana. But Mugabe left the military left the presidency at 93. Bashir was removed. I don't see Museveni handing over. The Muhoozi project, maybe Muhoozi will simply take advantage when his father has died, like the son of late Togolese president, Eyadema. But I am not one of those who think that at the next election, President Museveni is going to raise Muhoozi's hand and say this is the candidate. That won't happen.
Do you think the first son is under any pressure?
I am under suspicion that his direct involvement could even attract sanctions. Because in the past, Muhoozi was not directly involved in day-to-day running of the military, making comments, arrest of people. The most recent case was the one of Kakwenza. You have a live case in court where Kakwenza, an author, is arrested because he insulted the president and his son. I don't think Kakwenza is seated, because you have had military officers sanctioned by America. Erweru, Kayihura, Kawesi, etc. Probably Mr. Museveni has asked his son to retire so he doesn't get sanctioned, because that is a possibility. The moment you get involved in day-to-day running of the military, you are a commander, they begin arresting people and torturing them, people are going to hold you accountable. So Muhoozi, when he was protecting the president, his name did not come into the picture like it is today. Today, he takes over command of the land force where Erweru was. Erweru is already sanctioned by America, and that means a lot. So I suspect the president may have told him, please, you're going to cause yourself problems, please retire and go and do some other things.
But of recent, we had President Museveni saying that if you attack him, General Muhoozi will work on you.
Yeah, because the family of the president continues to wield influence even when they hold no influential positions. Just recently, General Salim Sare, who retired in the military 1987, that's when Sare retired. He was removed as army commander and he retired because he was the second army commander after Tumwini. But just recently he was in Gulu, 4th Division at the headquarters. That's where he was operating, summoning commanders. The family of the president, the influence they hold illegally, do not have to be in any position. So for Muhoozi to defend the president, he doesn't have to. You think today if Sare commanded the military will refuse. So they will remain, and I'm not one of those who say that Muhoozi has left the military, therefore the connections have disappeared. No, he will remain very influential. If you want to see you arrested, you will be arrested.
So you're trying to mean that even if he is absent from the military, he can still influence. He will
behave the same way General Sare is behaving. General Sare retired from the military in 1987. He retired as a major general. He became a lieutenant general and became a general in retirement. And he took over the headquarters of the 4th Division recently during elections. What will stop Muhoozi? I hear is a presidential advisor, special operations. Where do special operations start and end? Maybe the special operation will be the military.
Okay. Finally, maybe if you can just, for starters, talk about, you remember the scenario where General Ssemujju wanted to retire and he was buried. If you can just share.
You see, there are many people who have wanted to retire from the military. Tumukunde even went to court. And the court told him you cannot leave until much later when he went to repent before the president. General Ssemujju wanted to leave the military in 1995-96. They stopped him. They even went to court. Recently, he also sought to leave. But they said you can't go away. Yet, if you read the UPDF Act, if you remain at the same rank for 10 years, you automatically leave the military. Ssemujju has been a general for more than 10 years, but they can't retire him. So, but of course, Ssemujju is not Muhoozi, who announces his retirement.